Do you want me to discuss what you're doing?
I don't mind.
So my mind's quite good. I've got quite a lot of stuff on it.
Wait, I need. Yeah, I'm on mute.
Yeah.
Yeah, done.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Shall I start?
Yeah.
Okay. Hello and welcome again back to another Heard It Through the Grapevine with me, Robert Crawford, and
Olivia Hobson.
hey, hello, how are you?
Yeah, I'm all right. How are you?
I'm knackered. I'm so tired.
Why?
I've not been sleeping very well. Beans came in on Monday evening. He was at the window at about 3 a.m, and idiot here meowing really loudly, and I let him in, and so he wouldn't stop fucking walking around and being a knob. And then every day since, he's been asleep all day at ours, all day.
Oh, really?
But yeah, so like he's obviously like sleeping for 4 days and then up all day one day, but it's mental. And I'm also I've been playing a lot of Football Manager as well, and trying to get that sorted. So it's all a bit stressful.
Yeah, it sounds really stressful.
Really tired. Really tired. I had to get up early today to finish downloading some stuff for it. So yeah, it's really stressful.
How early are we talking?
About 7:30.
Oh, okay, that's quite.
It's quite early on lockdown. On lockdown time, that's early.
I've been waking up at 9 every day.
Oh, I wish.
I really hate myself for it because I've been sleeping really late too. I've been watching TV like all night.
Yeah, yeah, I think it's fine, isn't it? It's fine because we're not allowed to go out, so you're allowed to stay up late and not get up early.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just feel really, really tired, so I might have to fall asleep halfway through this.
That's all right.
Normally do anyway, don't I, Gil?
Don't need you, to be honest.
Apart from that, how's your week been? Have you been painting stones? Have you been doing anything exciting?
I went for a run yesterday.
How was it?
Lunchtime.
Don't
know what the weather was like for you yesterday lunchtime.
It was a bit grim.
I can't even. I'm still in shock from it.
What happened? Tell me what happened.
So it was raining really bad, like all morning.
Right.
And then it stopped, like literally at lunchtime. So I was like, cool. Went for a run. But I was like, even if it rains, I don't really mind.
Yeah.
Because it's fine, like running in the rain, doesn't matter. And yeah, so I went for my run, it started raining, and I was like, oh, okay, whatever. And then it was like really raining. And I was like, this isn't
great.
But then a run isn't enjoyable anyway.
No, it's never enjoyable.
And basically I found this new route that I'm really excited about, like near where I live. It's really pretty. Is
it through some woods? Because you're obsessed with woods.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Well, yeah, kind of. And I decided to go down there, and I just didn't even think that it would just be so muddy.
Oh no.
So I couldn't run because I kept slipping over.
To like
on my feet. It was like running on ice.
Oh no.
And I was just like, I was still trying to, I was like, oh, just get through this bit, like, and then it'll be fine.
Might be better up ahead.
Yeah, I thought the second half wouldn't be as muddy because it's like quite sheltered.
Okay.
I was like, if I just get there, and then I nearly got to the second half bit and I couldn't even cross the path because it was so muddy and flooded. So I had to go back the other way.
Oh no. And through the mud again.
I still had my Strava on, and there's like a couple of minutes where I've obviously just stood still.
I'm like, oh God, what do I do?
Like, do I try and cross it? And I was trying to hold on to like the railings and cross the so yeah, I had to turn back, and then I was like, oh, I could do this other route, but then by then it took me so long to walk through the mud that I didn't even have time to
had to come back.
I was like, I've got to come back and do work.
Well, at least you tried.
Yeah, I ran like the last 10 minutes of it.
Yeah, fair play.
Yeah, so I was really.
But
And
you're
then
not injured. You're fine. You can run again.
I know I still have my shin splints.
They never leave. I think you're meant to do
They never
stretches,
leave
aren't you?
Yeah, I don't know.
Once you splint, you can't replint. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I went to Sainsbury's yesterday.
How was that?
Solo shop.
own?
Only me on my own, yeah. And yeah, it was delightful. It's quite stressful though. I still forgot that we are not meant to go near people because I bought some alcohol and then at the till they had to check, or someone had to come over and scan a thing. And I just stood near the till and she just went, "Do you want to move back?" I was like, "Oh yeah, sorry."
I find it too stressful.
It's really, but then like I get the aisles, right, are wide, but they're not wide enough to have like two people go side by side. So you have to like stop and then like it's such a stressful place to be.
And I feel like you have to think about what you're buying as well. So it's like you're overly thinking about. There's too much to think about at one time.
Yeah, and it's quite boring doing a shop on your own.
I don't mind it. I actually quite enjoy doing the food shop. I'm not enjoying it now, obviously. I haven't actually really been doing it. Mum's been doing it.
Yeah, I just it's just boring.
Yeah. Well.
But hey, I have my plastic gloves on and that's fine.
Good for you.
Thank you. I actually made them working the phone because you can like scan the thing on your phone. I had to make everything really hard because everything was really gripped, and I kept them like printing out the labels, and they kept getting stuck to the gloves. And I was like, for fuck's sake!
That's it as well, though. You're almost rushed now because there are people outside waiting to get in.
Well, luckily, because it was pissing down with rain, no one was outside, so I walked straight in.
Good.
And then when I came out, there were loads of people queuing because it got a bit sunny. So my top tip: go when it's raining. There'll be no one there.
Yeah.
You don't know how to follow that.
No, I'm just going to ask you a completely different question. Do you ever get ID'd to buy alcohol?
No, not anymore. They just look at me and see my weathered face and go, "Yeah, right. You need this."
I still get ID'd sometimes.
You fucker. That's because you're at 4 years old. It's fine. You're an embryo.
I like when I get ID'd.
I wish I got ID'd. I got ID'd once. This was ages ago, but I was about 23, and I went to get it, dropped my ID, and underneath the counter there was a tenner. So I went, right, sweet, have that. Pick it up. Like that. Brilliant. I found a tenner whilst getting ID'd. That was pretty good. That was a good day.
I love finding money.
But it's one of the best things. Even when it's like 20p.
Yeah, what's the smallest amount you'd pick up from the floor?
Oh, 5p. I think.
I think maybe I'd pick up 10p. I don't know if I'd pick up 5p.
Look, mate, you look after the 5p's, the 10p's look after themselves.
What?
Right. Should we start? I think it's you first.
Yeah. I hope mine doesn't take too long.
Oh, so do I.
It's a good one.
It's only meant to be half an hour long, this, isn't it?
I swear it doesn't. Does it, on your computer, does it have like a timer?
No.
Oh, so we don't actually know.
Well, I just go from the clock.
Actually watch the clock. Oh, yeah, I guess there's a clock to look at.
Yeah. If you could keep it 10 minutes, this would be perfect.
I think I can do that.
Okay, fine. Well, we're golden then.
Okay, so what would you do if then I just started talking really quickly?
And so this Vine is really good, and it's like when you get nervous presenting, you start. Do you remember watching? This only ever used to happen at school, like primary school. But when people used to like talk, but they balance on the edge of their feet, like the outside edge, so they're like doing that.
Yeah, I think I still do that sometimes.
Do you? That's so sweet.
Yeah, I think I definitely do it while I'm sitting down. Like I'll sit with my feet like that. So then, so like do you mean like the bottoms of your feet are like they can press against each other?
Yeah. Almost. Well, I sit with my.
You can do that fucking weird thing. Your feet like you're like a penguin.
Yeah, it's just really comfy.
I just don't see how that's comfortable. I could do it, but it's not comfortable.
This is a good audio feature. Do you remember how I blew my feet? Yeah, that's it. Don't explain. We're not going to explain anything.
And we can't even see each other's feet.
No, just the top half. Just use our hands. That's our feet.
Okay, I'm going to start.
Okay.
So, my Vine starts off with a small child. It only has a small child in it.
Okay.
So the first shot shows off this small child's blue basketball t-shirt, like a bright blue t-shirt, and he's just staring at the camera. And the first take, there's 5 takes. First take, he just goes, LeBron James. And the second take zooms in on his face, and he goes, LeBron James. And then the third take's like really zoomed in on just his face in the picture. And he's like, LeBron James. And then there's one where he's sitting, but he's like this. So his arms are out awkwardly. Yeah. As if he's kind of got his arms on his hips. Mm-hmm. And he goes, LeBron James. And then in the last take, the last take's the best one. He's like leaning against a pickup truck. So his head's on his shoulder and his arms out leaning against the pickup truck. And in this thing I read, it said, this time his sing-song delivery has changed. It's the last note of a chorus and it's lower and deeper. Suddenly, Terence is a young Barry White. So then he's like, LeBron James.
LeBron James.
It would be really funny if it was like that.
LeBron James, LeBron James, LeBron James, LeBron James, LeBron James.
So this little kid is called Terence Jackson.
Good. He
was 6 at the time of the Vine. The Vine was uploaded in June 2014.
He'll be 12.
He's now 12, yeah. And it was uploaded by a Viner he's called Darius, but like DAR is in capitals and then IUS is in small letters. Mm-hmm. And he's basically Terence's older brother.
Right.
He's like 10 years older than him.
Okay.
Obviously, LeBron James is a famous NBA player. For those people who don't know.
Yeah, and he's actually going to be starring in the new Space Jam.
Oh, I was going to fucking say that.
Oh, no, sorry.
That was
I'll edit that out.
That was at the edge. That was at the bottom.
You say it. We'll edit me saying it out. And then you just say it.
I'll still say it, but we'll keep your bit in saying it.
Okay, yeah, just fine.
And if you didn't know.
Just in case.
So, as of March 2015, so this is like, I can't do maths, 9 months later, the video had gained more than 31.7 million loops. And then in that January 2015, that's when it like really got popular. His big brother Darius said, he says a bunch of things in goofy ways. Nobody in my family talks like that. He just does it out of nowhere. So he said, basically it all started because Terence had heard LeBron James's name uttered on TV at some point, and then he just started randomly saying, I love this because it's really organic the way the Vine happened.
Yeah.
So like.
So his brother didn't tell him to play.
Terence was doing this anyway, Like Terence,
Right.
because it gives you like Terence had been doing this for like a couple of weeks, and his mum was like, his mum said he just kept saying it, and we were like, Terence, why are you saying it like that? And he just went, I don't know, Mum. So the boys were in the family car on their way to their grandmother's house, and Terence just kept saying it over and over again in the car. So once they got to their grandma's house, Darius basically directed this whole video.
Right.
So he told him to stand in different places, which I just think is so funny.
Oh God, I really wish I had a younger sibling so I could do this.
I know his mum said in a comment like, when Darius was bored, all he would do is just record his little brother. And I was like, I wish I had that.
Yeah, that'd have been class.
Yeah, so they filmed it all in one go. So then, yeah, the first shot is like, so it was like how I explained the vines. The first shot's him standing, then it zooms in, and then he's sitting somewhere, and then he's against the car. His brother Darius said that by the time he's leaning against the car, he was actually like really bored.
Oh,
so that's kind of why he
that's
said
why
it
dipped.
Like LeBron James, like he just wanted to go inside.
I'm over this now. You've ruined it.
You killed it.
Yeah.
And then it says on this website I read, it was like, it's unexpected and hilarious the way James cuts off right as the end of the loop leads into another. And I was like, we love that. So the end's like LeBron James.
That's what we don't get when it's on YouTube, because it doesn't loop and loop and loop.
Yeah.
It's only, you just have to, all right, replay.
And then sometimes on Vine you wouldn't be able to work out when the start of the Vine was.
Yeah.
Like you'd be like, where did this start?
LeBron James.
What was the first LeBron James?
Yeah. And then there was one by the car. Was that the one?
Is that the first one?
For God's sake. I've come here halfway. I don't know the context.
What's the intro? And then it made it really hard to show people a Vine.
Yeah.
Because
you'd be like, wait, no.
You'd want to show them.
Look.
You wouldn't want to show them the ending. So as soon as you'd like have to quickly show them.
Yeah. And most of the time, whenever you tell someone to look at something, they don't look at it straight away, is what I've noticed. Because look, when I tell you to look at something, I need you to look at it straight away. Otherwise, you'll ruin the joke.
I hate that.
And then you get that 6 seconds of awkwardness where you go, oh, wait.
And you're like, quick, look.
Now.
Quick. Look it.
Quick. Look it. Fucking bats. Also, when you did that, you obviously knew what was going to happen with coronavirus with the freaking bats.
Oh my God, that's weird, isn't it?
That is weird. You're the future.
I don't even remember what ones we did, like in
pre-lockdown,
and ones we did together.
I don't know. It's all a blur.
I think that one. I don't know. I don't even remember.
I don't even
know. So, I wrote down some fun facts about LeBron James.
Nice.
I didn't really know anything about LeBron James.
No, neither did I. Are there any films he's starring in soon?
Oh my God, it's so funny you say that, actually. Yeah. In 2021, Space Jam, the sequel, is going to be released. And LeBron James is going to be the star of the film.
It's the first time I've heard of it.
I know.
Oh my God, that's
crazy.
That's good news. Well, that's a scoop. I think that's a scoop.
That's good news.
An Olivia Hobson scoop.
That's literally the bottom of my fun fact. Like, that was right. That was the fact.
Take us to that was it was all ascending to the crescendo of that fact.
Now I have to start on that great fact, and it's going to go downhill.
That's like this podcast. So go.
Okay. Just clearing up. He's 35, and he's originally from Ohio, but he plays for LA Lakers now.
Mm-hmm.
He's 6'9". Don't you think it's so crazy how tall basketballers are?
Yeah.
It's just like
how does it all work? How do they tie their shoes without blacking out? Like,
Yeah. And
Have you watched talking of basketball? What's the Last Dance thing on Netflix about the Chicago Bulls and Michael Jordan? They've only got 2 episodes, or they might have another couple now. But it was pretty decent. But yeah, they're all
Toby's
massive.
watched it.
They're all
Toby's watched it.
fucking massive.
He told me about it. It sounded good. Sounded
It
like
is
a good
good.
documentary. Yeah.
That's something for everyone to watch.
Yeah.
Unlike Apple TV last week, this is good.
So have you ever watched a basketball game in America?
No, I haven't.
I've been to two. I went to 2 or 3, I think. I can't remember. I went to see the Knicks at Madison Square Garden.
Nice.
It was weird though, because like everyone was like cheering for each team because everyone there was just a tourist.
Yeah.
It wasn't like the really like you want to be involved with like the crowd, like you want to be with the super fans, but it just wasn't really like that.
I feel like you get that with most American sports because
It's
they're
such
not
a tourist attraction, isn't it?
Yeah, but they're not like they don't have the fan culture of Europe, like on any of their
like
sports. Really, it's just like maybe baseball. I think baseball is actually a bit like that, but yeah, most of it's just go team.
Yeah, because everyone would clap both teams, and I'd be like, "What's going on?"
You'd be like, well, "I came here for a fucking scrap."
And I actually knew someone who was also there from here.
Wow.
I got it. What a small world.
Is that one of the LeBron James facts? Because it's a strong one. I knew one, and they were there.
Oh, it was so annoying. You know the other guys?
The
film.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, Steve Coogan bribes Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell with basketball tickets.
Yeah.
And they have like courtside tickets. And then it just goes to them at the basketball game. And Will Ferrell was like on the front and he goes, I got Knicks fever. Do you remember that bit?
Yes.
Toby did it when we were there. Like Toby shouted me out, I got Knicks fever. And I didn't clock where it was from. And I went, what's wrong with you? And he's like, the other guys. And I was like, I'm so gutted I ruined it. So it's something you wait a lifetime to do, really.
What? Shout Knicks fever.
Go to a Knicks game. And
Knicks
fever.
Yeah.
Okay,
you
so
ruined it.
LeBron James is the youngest player to ever be drafted by NBA. Number 1.
Interesting.
At 18. That's quite interesting.
Interesting.
He has a tattoo saying "The Chosen One."
Okay. God, these facts are great. Keep going.
No, they're really not that great.
No, come on. We've got to see it through now. You've set them up.
He was on the cover of Sports Illustrated when he was still in school.
That is mental. That's the thing about American sports that is mental.
Like
they get like national acclaim. Yeah, when they're like 15.
Yeah. He was also the first black man on the cover of Vogue.
That's very interesting.
He was the 3rd ever man and the first black man. That's interesting.
Well, that is interesting. We should have a button. Interesting.
He wasn't the highest paid on his team until he was 31, so only 4 years ago. And I was like, maybe he's not as great as I thought he was, and maybe I just thought he was great because that little kid made him so famous.
I think he is meant to be one of the best.
Yeah, I mean he is. It was just it was just a thought. And the last fact was the Space Jam, unfortunately. But I have something to round it off.
Okay.
So Terrence Jackson, the kid, he's from Sacramento. So his team are actually the Sacramento Kings. And in 2016, the Kings invited Terrence to introduce LeBron James, and they were playing LeBron James' team. So
that's class.
At the time, LeBron James was back playing for the Cleveland Cavaliers, and they were playing the Sacramento Kings. And Yeah, you know, like they do a big spectacle, like each
Yeah.
player runs on and they're like, they shout their names or whatever, and then the crowd cheers. So yeah, he's like, the introducer's like saying, I don't know,
John Smith.
NBA's MVP for 4 years running, or like, you know, he's like bigging him up, whatever. And then he just passes the phone to Terrence, and he's like, LeBron James. But I didn't read anything that he actually met LeBron James, which is sad. So I was like, he
surely he has to.
Yeah, you would have thought they would, but nothing said about him actually meeting him at the game.
He must have done.
I hope so. I hope so.
I hope so.
I hope so.
Right, is that it? Is that everything?
That's pretty much it, yeah.
Oh, well done. That was good. I do like the LeBron James one. Yeah, it's I never knew it was I knew it was staged, but I never knew it was his older brother. That makes it quite a bit funnier. So I'm going to give you an 8.8.
Nice. That's a good
for that. I also I've been told off. A few of the listeners have been in contact with me saying, how the fuck did you give the okay Vine such a low score when it's one of the best Vines out there? So I'd like to revise. I think I gave it a 9.3.
Oh, that's quite high.
It's quite high, but they were screaming for 10s. So I think I might give it a 9. What do I do? Do I give it a high score or do I give it a low score to teach them a lesson to not to try and dictate? I'll give it a high score, 9.8. 9.8. It's nearly the perfect. I can't give him a 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there a 10?
I don't think there is a 10.
Oh, okay.
There might be a 10 actually, but I don't know. So moving on, that's been addressed. Thank God, that was a monkey on my back. I've been carrying that for a few weeks, and I just needed to set the record straight. So it's funny that yours is kind of sports themed because mine's sports themed as well.
Nice.
So my Vine takes place in America, like yours, like most Vines, to be honest, most good Vines.
Yeah.
In an American football stadium. So we're in a stadium.
Okay.
There seems to be a training going on, bit of training in the background. And in the foreground, there's a man with a polo shirt tucked into chinos. And he looks at the camera and says, "What's better than this? Guys being dudes." And then it stops. It's a beautifully clean Vine, right?
I don't think I've seen this.
You've not seen this? This is a classic.
It doesn't ring a bell.
My God, Liv. Right. Google it and watch it.
Watch it right now.
Watch it right now. What's better than this? Guys being dudes.
What's better than this? Guys being dudes.
What the fuck?
It's so good. Anyway, and it's good that you haven't seen it because I'm now going to discuss why it is such a good Vine. Okay, with the help of a few friends of mine, not friends, but articles. It's a very clean Vine. It's only 4 seconds long, so it's one of the shortest that we'll probably ever discuss.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah, it's all very exciting. The man in the middle is a guy/dude called Steve Adazio or Adazio. I don't know if it's a da or a da. Who at the time was the head coach of the Boston College football team. And by the way, this was released in June 20th, 2013. It was only his 6th post on the platform, and it's been watched about 35 million times by when Vine went, you know.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, a bit about Steve is he was fired from Boston in 2019 for having a 6-6 season. I think that means 6 wins and 6 losses. I think it's a pretty average season. But 10 days later, he was hired as the head coach of Colorado State University. So he's landed on his feet, Steve. Good luck to him. So this is an article written in the tab in which he explains why the Vine is iconic. So I'm just going to read a few bits of the article for you.
Okay.
So the video features Steve standing, left leg forward in a gigantic stadium behind student athletes playing football. He's wearing New Balances, presumably high socks, beige khaki trousers, and a tucked in red polo, a classic dad fit. A moment like this comes, it feels like, but once in a lifetime. And for this to have been recorded and put online to be watched over 35 million times is nothing short of a miracle. It is above all a marvel of cinema. It is organic. His awkward standing position and stuttered voice seemed true to his friendly character. Yes, this Vine was almost certainly scripted, but this doesn't take away from its comedic value. He seems awkward yet comfortable. Steve is just a guy or a dude who wants to share a simple message with the world. The Vine speaks to the American inside all of us. Once you've replayed this Vine some 20 times, you start to wonder what is better than this. Sun beaming down, polos and khakis, American football, Boston, the American dream. You question what a dude really means in the grand scheme of things. Is a dude an aspiration, a role model, a higher power? And how does one turn from being a guy to a dude? And I think, to be honest, that couldn't have been put better. In the comments, the comments vary. Okay, they're good. I'll just read them out. So this is from Ashwat Giri 2 years ago. The reason this Vine has become popular is hard to formulate. A good start would be to call the whole thing awkward. He's wearing a stereotypical dad outfit, touched upon in the article. He's facing the other direction and is made to turn around as he speaks. The flick of his hand is non-committal. He's expressing something which many of us are familiar with, but fail to articulate, namely appreciation for a happy and organic moment. What's better than this? Just guys being dudes. Sorry, I read that wrong. What's better than this? Just guys being dudes. Awkward says too little because it tends to emphasize the man's failure without taking into account how endearing, in brackets, or cute he is and how much we sympathize with him. So that was Ashwat Giri. And I feel that the bloke who wrote the article basically just took that comment and expanded it in a few paragraphs. Another comment is Renovator 2 years ago, who he does what you remember when we were talking about memes, how they take a thing out of a film, a scene out of a film, and then they just explain what's going on in that film scene, right? Yeah. It's like, oh, when your dog is sick and then a dog's sick or whatever. Yeah, there's no humor. It's just that's what's in the video. So Renovator goes along this route. 2 years ago, again, very popular 2 years ago, this video. We've all met a person like this at some point in our lives. They tend to be a high school PE teacher or a coach of some sort of team. Yeah, that's what's in the video. Yeah. You idiot Renovator. How about you renovate some?
Yeah, we have all met one of them as well.
Yeah, because we've all done PE. Renovator, how about you renovate some of your comments, eh? Yes, stupid prick. Isaac King, 1 year ago, we're all just guys trying to make it in a dude's world. That's good. And then Kawaini, 2 years ago, takes things a little bit south. Says, me watching gay porn.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah, I thought I'd chuck that in there. It's always good to,
funny, actually.
Yeah, it's always good to have a little gay porn in there. So yeah, what are your thoughts? Your first thoughts on watching the Vine? Not even about 4 minutes ago.
I think you would need to watch it more than once to find it funny. I don't really understand, like, what is it? What's it been used for?
What do you mean?
Like, why was it filmed?
I don't know. Just what's better than this?
Because it obviously was
guys
staged.
Being dudes.
And I'm like, staged? Why? Like,
I don't know. Why was the LeBron James? If I'm going to fucking do that, why was that staged, huh?
Because that was something special. I like it though. I think it's he was really cute and like proper little like dad kind of guy. And Dad's just like, they say weird, cringy things.
Yeah.
It's like, things like that.
I think it was meant to be because when it was uploaded first, it had the caption camp. So it was obviously like a training camp. And maybe he was trying to like G the players up or G the fans up. And so it's like, what's better than this? Guys being dudes. Let's get this season.
Yeah, maybe it was like a promo camp.
Yeah.
It was right at the end of the promo video.
Maybe.
Yeah, I like it. I don't know
no.
if it will ever be one of my favourites.
Oh, I think it's class.
But I need to watch it more.
It will grow on you.
Once in my life.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I think it will grow on me. I think for now, I'm gonna give it a 7.8.
Wow, that's high for a first timer.
I think that's still a good score.
Yeah, I'll take that and I'll run with it.
I think you sold it quite well.
Thank you.
So I've taken that into consideration for the points.
Lovely. Well, I'll take that, and I'll take that right to the bank. Thank you.
Okay. I'm not sure what they'll say, but
yeah, probably say you're late on your payments again, Mr. Crawford.
probably close.
So that's probably us for the week done. I do have actually a bit of fun news. We have an update from Terry Jr. 12.
What? I didn't see this.
He's not replied yet. That's the update. He's not replied. It's been a week. I don't know if America are that far behind time-wise, but
yeah, they might be.
They're going through a lot at the moment, aren't we all? But so Liv, take care this weekend. Hope you don't get.
That was your fun update.
No. The fun update is coming after. Oh, I'll do the fun update. Okay, sorry.
Oh, okay. No, I was very confused then.
Sorry. Right. The update from the app that is just about taking a second video and recording your day told me this once.
Oh, okay.
Happiness comes from the little things, the simple things. Focused on the simple little things. Well, that's my mantra, really, if I'm honest.
Simple little things.
Simple little things.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll see you next week.
Yeah, I guess so.
Have a wonderful weekend, everyone. Thank you for listening, listeners. What do normal podcasts say? Subscribe.
Follow us.
Like us. Give us a 5-star rating where applicable.
Like us in your head as well, not just on a computer.
But probably it's more important to be on the computer, just for sponsorship opportunities. So if you could, like both, really.
Yeah.
Then what else? Give us a like on Instagram. Email us any stories you think we should cover, any vines you want us to cover, anyone that knows any what the scores are, the league table.
Yeah.
Just anything. Just get in touch. You know, it's good to keep in contact in these dark times. Liv, I'll speak to you later.
Yeah, speak to you later.
Have a good weekend. I've said that 4 times now.
Have a good weekend. Have
a good week. Don't just limit it to the weekend. Yeah, because actually there are 5 weekdays, 5 weekdays, and only 2 weekend days. So you got to have a good week.
Thanks for clarifying.
And the weekend is just a bonus.
Wow, you should write quotes for that app.
I really should. God, I should really write them. Right. Goodbye.
Goodbye.